When you establish a standard, now you have an objective standard. There was an objective standard about what would make it into the Bible.
Standards were established subjectively in the first place.
So to have objectivity, you must establish a rationale. Otherwise, objectivity.
That's true.
You're arguing that.
That's true.
I think we're a little off topic.
So I agree, because you're just going to drive us into the hole of saying there's nothing, there's no standard at all, everything is subjective. And,
Okay, yours is...
and if you're in engineering, I don't know how you believe that way. Because
I see what you're saying.
your whole basis of study is there are some objective standards of, like, this material do this or that way, you know.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You're saying yours is objective based on your standards, right? But I'm saying there are other people who have made standards subjectively, and they compare that to their standards. And my original question was, how can you say their standards are different, are any better than your standards?
Well, I tell you again what ours
You can
are.
say according to your own standards,
I'll tell you
this and this
again,
is better.
when they sought to canonize the Bible, there were three primary criteria. Did the apostles of Jesus Christ write it or affirm it? Did the early Christians affirm it in their writings? Did the early Christians, the first generation after Jesus, did they embrace it? And does the teaching in something we are unsure of line up or not with the teaching that we are sure of? So in other words, something that's vague, something that's concrete, that would have to agree with this, or else it is less standard. And that's how we got. By the way, 27 books of the New Testament. There was unanimous agreement right off the bat, really, on 22 and 27. Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1st, 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st, 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon. These were just widely embraced. The only ones they had question about, Hebrews, because they weren't sure who wrote it. Revelation, because it has so much allegory in Revelation. Difficult to understand. 2nd and 3rd John, because those books are only like about one paragraph long. Very, very short. And they question, is this really scripture or something this short? And 2nd Peter, they had a question about the authorship there. But of all the books that give us the doctrine of the Christian faith, they weren't, they were, it's like asking, do we need to argue about 2 plus 2 is 4? Do we need to argue about was George Washington president? It was a slam dunk. It was so obvious, you see. Well, and again, they finally, all I'm saying is Hebrews, 2nd Peter, 2nd, 3rd John, and Revelation took some discussion. They took some interaction. They really had to dig into it. But the others, it was like, this is so obvious. Okay, next. You know?
So you say the apostles